Hello and welcome. So I'm going to have a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this has been published on Tuesday the 17th of December 2024, and it's been set by Mara. Mara's one of the setters who I used to find difficult. I've kind of settled in with recently, and my average for the year is about 17 minutes. The last puzzle, though, I gave up at 20 minutes because I couldn't get one answer, but most of it was the rest of it was done in 10 minutes. So they've been kind of 15, 13, 10 minutes recently. So hoping for a fairly fast time today, rip through it and move on to something else today. So I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Mischievous thing eaten by the sound of it. Energy drink. Travel document cut one high point for sightseer. Cut one high point. Travel documents. A visa. Vista. Visitor. Judge confronting Queen. Direct. Judge rate. J confronting Queen. Direct. Core. Bar situated in Madeira. I like. That's a rail, I think. That's a hidden word across the two lines. Dark omen. Loss shocking. I think it must be an anagram of omen loss, which must be something less monoless, monoless, nomoless, dark, solemn. Okay, rat found in African country by Gannet. Rodent, sorry, found in African country by Gannet. African country, there's a lot of those. Probably going to be something like Ghana. Amorous actor plays in plays about marriage primarily. So plays. So we've got an M going into something. Actor in plays. Thespian. Amorous. Can't think of a word to put in there. Okay. Military force cracked when leader lost. Is that balmy and army? I think that's balmy becomes army. Balmy being cracked. I'm not entirely sure about that though. Launch submotif linguistically, so that is a hidden word. Fling. Hands down. Armpits dry. Hands down. Armpits dry. No sweat, I suppose. Yeah, no, hands down. Yeah, no sweat. That's kind of a bit of a slangy term, isn't it? Object in tin yet rot. So that must be anagram of tin yet, I assume. Thingy. Object in tin yet. Netty, inity, tin yet. Physical things are important. Wow. Okay, that hasn't gone very well so far, and I'm not particularly sure about army even, so 3 or 4 done. Run finished in outskirts of Gijon. You'd assume that's Gijon is the outskirts of GR. Run finished is over, which is govern, therefore. Good. Transport leader playing for cash. Is that just an anagram for cash? No, it can't be because they've got an I from the, and that was definitely a hidden word, wasn't it? Yep. So, playing for cash. Transport is normally elation. Elating leader for cash. Greek letter is omitted, taken away initially. Iota, so that's an acrostic. Root vegetables, standard crops. Parsnips. Parsnips, literally. Steal and carry off weapon. Steal and carry off weapon. I always think lance isn't going to fit there though for 5-letter. Steal laced. Is that just a steal, rob, carry off weapon? Ooh. Winger in hurry after touch on both wings. Both wings or BH maybe. Winger in hurry. So winger's probably a bird, isn't it? Both wings might be left and right. Excuse me. Old African tailors and hosier. Old African is a Moor. The Moors are old Africans. Moor, tailors, and hosier. Hosier is, I assume, someone who makes stockings and that kind of stuff. Tailors. Assuming no sweat is correct, that is. I had thing adjusted. I'd thing. Thing is 5. I had thing adjusted below 1,000. Whoa. 12. So that id 1,000 would be mid 12. What's midnight? There we are. Midnight, yes. Clever. Very clever clue. Item of clothing where man has pinned something inside sleeve. Sweet thing of little consequence. Trifle, I suppose. I've got a Y here, this will be interesting. Okay, variable, stocks variable, yeah, I've got a Y. New store, so it's just an anagram of store, which is oyster. Saw oyster catcher earlier in a quiz question. Damp haze, envelope in capital in Oman. Moist for mist and moist. Okay, got some letters down there, looks like a state in the corner. Or romance up there. Continent in Americas, I assume, is Asia. Okay, that's all the downs, isn't it? So let's go back. What have we got? G. Mischievous thing. Might be an anagram. Eating. Okay, so that's one of those words. Gremlin? No. Mischievous thing is a gizmo. Gidin. Travel docker. That's a visa. A visitor. Slicer is a visitor. Why is that a visitor? Cut 1. Oh, okay, so it's visa cut, I, and high point is a tour. Okay, simple wordplay that I can understand. Direct. I thought judge is rated. Queen is R. Direct is. Don't understand confronting though, so have another look at this one. Energy drink. Is that Sprite? Spritz? Something like that. Yeah. This one, Old African. Okay, we can get rid of the. Is that just an anagram of Old African? It could be an Old African anagram, couldn't it, actually? Which would be, hosier would be. Something I can't unravel if it is. Transport leader. Bus. Transport is bus. Leader is playing for cash. Bush. Goblin, that's goblin. Okay, goblin and eating. Fair enough. That must be bus then, mustn't it? Busking. I suppose leader is king. Fair enough. Oh gosh, rodent found. I did say Ghana, but the other. Is there another G? I think there's another G country. By Gannet. Greedy pig. Guinea pig. Guinea and Guinea-Bissau and Ghana, they are guinea pig, okay. At least that can't be an anagram of Old African, that's the good news. Tailors though, whoa, that was it, yeah. Amorous is romantic, I think. Romantic, yeah, that's an anagram of actor, roman. Is it an anagram around marriage, romantic? Is it romantic? Actor. There's a C. Actor around M. Where am I getting anti? Plays. Anti. Look at this one down here. Quickly get rid of this. Hopefully it's a state. Object in tin. No. Rotten. Yet rotten. Okay, is that? That's an anagram, isn't it? What was that? Entity. Entity. Okay, this one over here is physical things are important. This one down here, item of clothing where man has pinned something inside sleeve. Garment, I suppose. Garment. Where man. Is it garment? I'm assuming that's army now. I've got the Y, especially now I've got the Y. Item of clothing, it would be a garment where man has pinned to the inside sleeve. If that's garment, I'm not entirely sure what it is at this point. An arm is inside a sleeve and a gent. Okay, yes. Ah, okay, clever. Clever wordplay there. Bit too clever for my liking, but physical things are important. Physical things matter. They matter, don't they? That's an old kind of, not an old, but one you see quite often. Right, what's going on here? So, actor in plays about marriage. There's marriage M. Amorous, romantic. I'm sure that's romantic, but I don't quite see. Let's put an I there and just leave that undone for a minute, which makes this whoa, old African. I mean, it looks like it must be the name of an old African because I can't see old being beginning with R. Can't be X or O. Gosh, and hosier. Hosier is tailors and hosier. Gosh, this one, dark omen loss. Oh, I've got this one to unravel. Maybe I'd forgotten that. That's the only trouble about leaving the anagram ones is I forget that I've got them. Loss. Moonless. Moonless. I said less. What is that? Old African tailors and hosier. Oh, maybe it's anagram and hosier. That makes more sense, which is a Rhodesian. Got an I to get in. Got an I, got an A. I think that has to be romantic. I can't quite work out exactly what's going on there. And I'm not going to. I'm going to put army in there because I think that's okay. I think this is something like sprite in here. Spritz. If that's spritz, that would be a Z. Is that likely? Winger on boat in hurry after touch on both wings. Winger. It must be an overburb, mustn't it? In hurry. Haste. Tap. Gosh. Steal and carry off. Weapon. Energy. Drink. Now are we going with a brand name like Sprite and brand these days? Is Energy Sprite. Judge. Confronting Queen. Rater. I feel like that's Rater, but direct doesn't look like Rater. So direct is to steer. Confronting Queen. So if I put off Queen and then put direct, Judge confronting doesn't really make much of a clue. R there. Let's go with R there, which would give me something R, something S, something which winger in hurry. After touch on both wings. Energy. Energy, drink. What drinks have we got? And is it going to be something like tea, coffee, mocha? Is it going to be literally an energy drink like Sprite? I don't think energy is Sprite though, is it? There's not a lot of things will go here. Nothing on the bottom of the keyboard really. LP, K, FDP, SP is most likely at this point. AP, maybe. Up. Up's possible. IP and op. So I've only really got the vowels and S to go in there. I think S is most likely. Spring. Energy spring. If you got spring, which would make that would be a G. That would become. What would that become? Steal and carry off. Okay. Well, I'm going to be sat here thinking about this for a while. I'm going to just put the video on pause and then I'll come back when I've got some ideas. Excuse me. Okay. I've got a little way. So I just had a look at this romantic one down here. I can see now actually that this romantic is just an anagram of actor in, which is plays saying that around marriage. Now here, the judge is of course the referee, and the queen is ER, Elizabeth. So I got those two. Steal and carry off weapon. Come on, should be able to get that. Steal. Rifle. You can rifle through things. What's this? Energy drink. Spark. Sparky? Don't think that's really a drink, is it? Spark. Sparks. Sparkle. Energy drink. Sport. Ports. Spurts? Spurts? No. Drink. Okay, so what's drink? Is it maybe it's not the name of a drink though, maybe it's like to drink, which would be to sup. I mean, two words like this almost has to be a double def. Winger in hurry. I'm kind of thinking rush. In rush. But then what I'm doing with the rest of the clue, after touch on both wings. After touch. Rash. So rash, garish, harish. Whew. I don't think there's a hidden word in there. Well, yeah, refer and rifle I'm fairly happy with. Carry off, rifle. Still in carry off. Not sure about the carry off bit there, but weapon would be rifle, I think. I mean, this can't be anything. Sparse, spurs, spurts, spirit. Spirit. There we go. And then that becomes thrush. Is that thrush? TH, rush. Touch, yes. TH for both wings. So there we go. Yes, 1817. Wow. Okay, a little bit of a struggle there at the end, but yeah, okay. That wasn't too bad in the end. I think I probably made better work of that than any of the beginners might, because that was quite tough in places. I'm going to go through the clues. So we've got a mischievous thing, which is a goblin. And we've got eat in. So that's saying take the G off, and by the sound of it is gobbling, becoming a goblin. Double definition here, so energy is spirit and a drink. A spirit is a type of drink. We've got a travel visa cut, so we've got a travel document, is a visa. Cut is just put the VIS. One is I, and high point is a tour, to give us a sightseer, which is a visitor. The judge could be the referee, the ref, confronting the queen, ER, Elizabeth Regina, and direct is to refer. Bar, situated in Madeira, I like, so we've got bar as a rail, and we've got rail as a hidden word, beginning at the start and the end of Madeira. We've got an anagram of moonless, which is omen loss. Shocking is telling us it's an anagram, and obviously on a moonless night it can be dark. We've got a rodent found in country by Gannet. Okay, yeah, so rodent is a guinea pig, and the African country is Guinea, and the gannet is a pig. We've got amorous is romantic. We've got an anagram of actor in, indicated by plays, and then putting that an extra M in there for marriage primarily. Primarily is saying take the first letter of marriage. We've got a military force is an army, and I think cracked when leader lost. So army. Barmy, you're a bit barmy, you've cracked, mentally cracked. So losing the leader of barmy becomes army. Got another hidden word here, so launch is to fling, and some is telling us there's a hidden word. If you ever see some or somewhat, look for a hidden word. First opportunity, fling, begins at the end of motif and goes into linguistically. So both this and the rail clue, back at 11 up here, have both used the trick of putting the hidden word across two lines. Hands down, so we've got no sweat as an answer, and I think basically, if you beat someone hands down in a match or whatever, then that means it wasn't difficult, so no sweat. And if your armpits are dry, then there's no sweat. We've got object is an entity, and we've got an anagram of tin yet to get to entity, and rotten is telling us there's an anagram. Physical things are important, so we've got a sort of double definition there. Physical things is matter. and important things matter. Let's have a look at the downs. Okay, we've got a run. If you run something, you govern it. We've got finished is over, and in the outskirts of Gijon, it's saying take the G in the end. The outskirts of Gijon, the first and last letters of Gijon, put finished into that. Transport is a bus, and a leader is a king, and playing for cash is busking. The Greek letter iota, was that about the ninth letter of the alphabet, something like that. We've got is, omitted, taken away. Initial letters of those 4 words, it gives you iota as an acrostic, so initially telling you there's an acrostic. We've got the root vegetables, which are parsnips, and the standard is par, and crops, you snips, I think. Steal and carry off weapons, so I don't really understand the carry off bit, but you know, if you go through someone's drawers, you rifle through them, so to steal and carry off must be some version of rifle, and a rifle is definitely a weapon. We've got the winger, so a bird. Winger is a thrush, and we've got hurry, which is the rush going after touch on both wings. So we've got the T and the H, the wings of touch, to give us the TH. We've got Old African is a Rhodesian, so someone who came from Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe. Taylor's is telling us there's an anagram of and hosier to get to Rhodesian. I had thing, so we've got I'd, and then anagram of thing, which is adjusted. Thing adjusted gives us night, and then below 1,000, so 1,000 is meal, M, Latin M, and 12 is midnight, or can be midnight. We've got an item clothing, is a garment, where man has pinned, so a gent has pinned the thing that's inside your sleeve, which is an arm, so it's arm going into gent. Very elaborate wordplay there. I quite like that one actually, with the man has pinned something inside sleeve, so there's a lot of elaborate wordplay there to get arm into gent. Sweet little thing, sweet thing is a trifle, and little consequence is a trifle. A trifling matter down there, of course. New store, so we've got anagram of store indicated by new. Stocking is saying put a variable, in this case the variable is y, into it to get oyster. We got damp is moist. Got a haze is a mist. Enveloping the capital in Oman, so the capital of in Oman here is an O, so put O into mist gives you moist. And finally we've got our third hidden word, I think it must be, the continent of Asia, and that's hidden away. Again, across 2 lines in, starting at the end of Americas, should I say, gets Asia. So there we go, all done. 1817. Pretty happy with that. You know, I had a, what's that? What was line 2, 3, 4? Last 4 clues. Good 4 or 5 minutes on those, but got there in the end. So thanks to Mara for that one.